Welcome to the start of Sagittarius season. I'm so excited for this season because of all the lessons we're going to learn, and I'll tell you about them. So, the Sagittarius is the archer. They're known for being ambitious and optimistic and adventurous. So my dad, he's actually a Sagittarius, so I have someone in my life that is, and he has no ounce of pessimistic thoughts in him, and if there is, it passes really fast. Hi, Jerica. For me, I have Sagittarius in the third house, so that's the house of communication, and usually that means that those are the people who are fair and generous to others, and they're great guides and teachers, and they like to learn from exploring. And just like my dad and all Sagittarius people, like deep down in their heart, they know that everything that happens, it happens for a reason. There's a purpose and a meaning to it. So let's start to get into a comfortable seated position. You can sit on the edge of a bolster or a blanket, just keeping your spine tall and long, bringing the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Start to bring your palms onto your thighs, face down. And then when you're ready, just blink your eyes closed. In this meditation, we'll connect to the lessons of what Sagittarius is teaching us. Their energy being optimistic and free-spirited. The Sagittarius being the great wanderer and explorer, teaches us to be courageous and to take a leap of faith. And with that, we'll become aware of our fears, what we may be holding on to. Let's begin to deepen our breath. In and out of the nose, if possible. And as you start to trace your breath all the way down your belly for an inhale. For a count of 3, 2, 1. Exhale for a count of 3, 2, 1. Inhale, puff up the belly. 3, 2, 1. And exhale. Let all the air out for 3, 2, 1. Continue to count on your own. Taking deep breaths into the belly. And if it helps, you can bring both your hands to your navel, feeling the rise of the belly as you inhale, and the fall as you exhale. And then maybe extending your counts to 4 or 5. And if it starts to get too intense, you can come back to your natural breathing. few more cycles on your own. And then coming back to your natural breath, you can release your hands onto your thighs if they're on your navel. And then we're going to take a before picture, a scan of our body from the crown of our head all the way down our body. And just notice if there's any tension building up in any body part. It could be your shoulders or your lower back. And without changing anything, just observe. Release any judgments and any expectations. Now imagine that you're in a green, lush forest. As you look up, the trees are as tall as the sky, and you hear the sound of the wind blowing through the trees. And then feeling the cold, damp air on your face. Maybe the smell of damp moss. And then off in the distance, you see a bright royal purple color. And as you walk closer, you start to see shapes forming. A royal purple circle, and then 4 concentric circles around it. You realize it's a target. The target represents your goals and your ambitions. Just give yourself a moment to bring these into your mind right now. Now imagine you have a bow and arrow in your hands. And just like a skilled archer, you bring the arrow to the bow, you aim, and then you release the arrow. And then you do the same with another arrow, and then another. Each time you hit the target, each time the arrow pierces through the center. The arrow represents our fears towards our goals and ambitions. The next time you take an arrow and you aim it, think about a small fear that you have. Not too intense. Now hold that arrow, that fear, and aim it at the target, and then release it. Now listen as that arrow hits the target, pierces it through the center. Sagittarius teaches us to become aware of our fears and just face them head on. That all of our paths are going to be full of obstacles, full of ups and downs, but we shouldn't be afraid, because we learn and evolve from each experience. Each experience teaches us very valuable insights that life is the experience. As you come into stillness, just breathe intentionally and just stay with this. If thoughts become aware in your head, just label them and then just bring the awareness back to the breath. Begin to take deeper breaths. And as you call your awareness back into your body, bring your right hand over your heart and then your left fingertips onto the earth. And just feel the grounding energy of the earth going into your heart. Allow the mind to serve the heart. Inhale all the courage. And exhale, release the fears. Inhale the light. And exhale the darkness. One more time. Inhale gratitude. And exhale everything else. Keeping your eyes closed, you can bring your hands to prayer at heart center, dipping the chin, and then blinking your eyes open, finding that hazy gaze, taking in the color of the floor, and then the rest of the room. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I will save and post it later, and I challenge you to maybe do this meditation once a week during Sagittarius season to just harness that energy of courage and releasing fears. I'd like to do this every zodiac season or every start, so just look out for that. I also have my own yoga Instagram page. It's Victoria Nicole Yoga. You can find me on there. And that's it. Thank you. Oh, hi, Kanesia. Love you, and enjoy the rest of your